Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a highly effective, zero-investment blueprint for turning simple visual posts into a real, lasting income stream. As creators and marketers, it feels like we're constantly on this endless hamster wheel, just chasing the algorithm on platforms that demand daily content, right? Well, today, we're looking at a totally alternative strategy. We're going to see how to generate online revenue by building long-term search equity without that exhausting daily content grind and without a single dime of upfront capital. So let's challenge the usual marketing playbook for a second. It is so incredibly easy to dismiss Pinterest as just, a digital mood board for interior design or planning a wedding. But doing that completely ignores a massive, highly lucrative visual search engine. Unlike those scroll-heavy social feeds where users just want to be passively entertained, users on Pinterest have serious buyer intent. They're actively searching for solutions, products, and concrete ideas. And that makes it a quiet powerhouse for capturing highly targeted traffic. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate paradigm shift. On traditional social media, your content literally has a lifespan of hours. It's a treadmill. You post, it gets completely buried in the feed, and the traffic just dies. But because Pinterest actually operates as a search engine, your content is evergreen. A single graphic you make on a random Tuesday can continue showing up in search results months or even years later. You do the work once, the roots go deep, and it brings you repeated visitors over an incredibly long time horizon. You aren't just posting into the void. You are building an index library of traffic magnets. To help you master this, here's the exact step-by-step blueprint we're going to walk through today. First, the hidden income engine, then setting up your foundation, the traffic blueprint, turning clicks into cash, and finally, growth and realistic expectations. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the hidden income engine. So the absolutely crucial point to understand here is the barrier to entry, $0. In an era where customer acquisition costs are just skyrocketing, where ad campaigns bleed your budget dry, and literally everyone is pushing expensive software right out of the gate, this strategy relies entirely on organic search equity. You build a legitimate traffic machine with exactly $0. Your only investment is your time, your consistency, and grasping how visual search actually works. Moving rapidly into our foundation, let's look at Section 2, setting up your foundation. Okay, so the setup is incredibly simple, but step 2 here is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to be treated like a creator instead of a consumer. First, you start with a free standard account, but then you must switch to a business account. Completely free, but mandatory. Why? Because it unlocks the essential performance tracking you're going to need. You get analytics, you get impressions. This lets you treat your content like a giant ongoing A/B test, pivoting into what actually gets clicks. And finally, step 3, you select a basic niche. Now, if you aren't sure where to start, the source material recommends choosing from these highly profitable, beginner-friendly niches: motivation, health tips, online earning, and fashion ideas. These spaces are absolutely massive, and the reason is simple. Millions of users log on every single day looking to improve their lives or their wallets. Take the online earning niche, for example. Users are constantly searching for side hustle ideas or passive income trackers. That is content that naturally funnels a highly motivated audience right straight to your business tools, your newsletters, or your courses. Now that our foundation is set, let's examine the actual mechanism that drives visitors in Section 3, the traffic blueprint. What's really interesting about this is how beautifully simple a pin actually is. You do not need to be a professional graphic designer, and you definitely don't need heavy, expensive editing software. A pin is essentially just an image with some text overlay that acts like a clickable billboard. Its sole purpose: catch the eye in a crowded feed and link users out to valuable external content. And the best part is, you can design these entirely for free using accessible tools like Canva. Just pick a clean template, slap your hook on it, and your billboard is open for business. But hey, don't just guess what kind of images to make. To maximize your clicks, you want to focus on these proven, top-performing pin types: quotes, quick tips, lists, infographics, and step-by-step how-to visuals. They consistently crush it. And when you design these, keep the golden rule in mind. Most people are rapidly scrolling on their phones while on the bus or half watching TV. If they can't digest your text in a fraction of a second, you've lost them. So keep your designs high contrast, keep the text bold, and make sure it is super easy to read. Let's move to the really fun stuff. Section 4, turning clicks into cash. Okay, this is the absolute core of the strategy. It is vital to understand that Pinterest does not pay you directly for views. They're not cutting you a check. Instead, you use Pinterest as the top of your funnel, a massive free engine to send glowing lines of targeted visitors to external destinations where the actual monetization happens. Let's break down exactly how this works. If you do affiliate marketing, a user searches for gear, clicks your top 5 workout shoes pin, buys via your link, boom, you earn a commission. If you have a blog, they click an infographic, land on your site, and you generate display ad revenue just from their visit. Got a YouTube channel? They click a teaser visual, follow through to the full tutorial, and you boost your AdSense and subscriber counts. Or you link straight to your own digital products, and you keep all the direct profit when they buy. Pinterest is the fuel. These external destinations are the engine making you money. Finally, let's talk about the reality of scaling this system in Section 5, Growth and Realistic Expectations. So to trigger serious growth, you've got to adopt the consistency strategy. Pinterest heavily rewards active creators. We're talking 3 to 10 pins per day. Now, I know that sounds completely overwhelming, but because you're using templates, you can literally batch create an entire week's worth of pins in just a couple of hours on a Sunday afternoon. You pair that high volume with trending keywords in your titles and descriptions so the algorithm knows exactly who to show it to. Organize them into targeted boards and repin your own high-performing content to keep it alive. Following this batch creation and daily posting cadence is exactly what will eventually push your content to thousands of users organically. This quote right here perfectly grounds our whole explainer today. Pinterest is not a get-rich-quick system, but if used correctly, it becomes a long-term traffic machine. Patience and consistency, they aren't just annoying chores you have to put up with. They are the actual barrier to entry. Because it takes a bit of time for the algorithm to index your pins and push them wide, most of your competition is just going to give up after a week. By staying consistent, you let that evergreen traffic compound while everyone else drops out. Your patience literally becomes your competitive advantage. As we wrap up this explainer, the path forward is crystal clear, right? You've got the blueprint, you know the top performing formats, you deeply understand the monetization funnel, and you have exactly zero financial risk holding you back. All that is left is execution. So think about your niche. Think about the specific value you can provide to someone who is actively searching for answers right now. Start today, build your account step by step, and let me leave you with this final provocative thought. With a platform that literally rewards your ideas for years to come, what will your first pin be? Make sure to subscribe and share this guide with friends who need a new zero investment earning strategy. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.